Summer 2021 belongs to my school, our school. I am inside of your school, Pan-African Excellence. Hit the Cash App. Let's finish what we started. Hit the Cash App. Let's finish what we started. $ FDMG School. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Send them check of money orders. Send them check of money orders to FDMG Academy. We about to make history. We about to make history. I'm about to put in the application for the first annual Unapologetically African Family First Festival. I'm about to put the application in for the first annual Unapologetically African Family First Festival right here in Wilmington, Delaware, at your school, my school.
You know, fun fact, I'm full of stories and wonderful tales and whatnot, right? When I was growing up in the country, there was like two areas I grew up in Belize, right? I had a country phase in my life where I grew up with acres of land, neighbors are spread out across, things like that. You have like 6 neighbors in a whole mile, like a lot of land, a lot of countryside and shit. And then toward my teenage years, I grew up in the city in Belize, right? But when I was younger, you're a kid in the middle of fucking nowhere. You have to figure out how to entertain yourself, right? There was this abandoned building at the end of my block or neighborhood, right? There was this abandoned building that no one had gone into for years, but it was like a mansion. You could tell it was supposed to be beautiful, but it never got completed. And we would break into that abandoned house and fuck around. And for those of you who've been around abandoned buildings, there would be like some bats in the ceiling and there would be all types of animals and shit. And we would disrupt the animals, throw rocks at the bats, just doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, right? This school that he's walking through saying, hit the Cash App, hit the Cash App, this school that Dr. Umar is walking through looks like that abandoned building if it had some lighting. That the abandoned building that we used to fuck around in didn't have no lights. So I would say that's one thing Dr. Umar has over the competition, bro. Because what the fuck is this school? Okay? Listen, I've been looking at the Dr. Umar coverage for a while now at this point. I've just been looking silently in the corner because I always thought this guy was a comedian. But he's not. He actually is not a comedian. He is being serious enough to panhandle donations from the black community, and I feel like that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Even the black community, the white community, all the communities. Anybody who's bought into his bullshit is actually losing money. And I'm going to show you why. Now, it doesn't take an absolute genius to understand that this guy is never going to open this school. It doesn't take a genius that this school is never going to pass inspection. But instead of just having our own theories, let's go ahead into this interview that he did and let's get his own words for it, right? Apparently the school is pretty much done. It's like 80% done in his words. All we need is the city to approve it, health-wise, safety-wise, so on and so forth, okay? So we're going to start right here with this question that was asked. When will the school be ready? When will the school reach its compliancy with the city? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the next forefront for Dr. Umar. That's going to take another 5-10 years for the city to rate the building into compliance with the rest of the city. That shit is going to take another decade. I bet you. You know why? I said it before. The school is never going to be built. Let's go ahead and check this thing out.
Mail your check or money orders. And if you want to work at the school, send the resumes, fdmgresumes@gmail.com, fdmgresumes@gmail.com, fdmgresumes, brothers and sisters, @gmail.com. We not playing no more. It's time to get the school done. We not playing no more. It's time to get the school done. We not playing no more. It's time to get the schools done.
That has to be some sort of autism, I'm not going to lie. The way he repeats himself, I think it's a bit, but who fucking knows? This guy, listen, the way he repeats himself so vigorously, so, like, I don't know what's up with bro, But that's got to be a form of some type of shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, I just wanted to show a few more seconds of that video. Let's move forward to recently with this interview. Okay, now this is a very super long interview with Dr. Umar and the Danza Project, but I kind of spent a little bit more time just watching the video, and your boy has some outrageous things to say. I'm talking like, you know what I mean? Like, basically the whole world is against Umar, right? We've already covered Umar with his struggles opening the school, which I think are bullshit. Now he's talking about how the city's against the school opening, so it's going to be extra hard for them. I call bullshit. There's a lot of racial profiling and racial tensions in the world, but this is not one of them. But let's go ahead and check this thing out.
So I'm just, I'm going to just put it in the Lord's hands and see. But we knock it on the finish line, so if all goes well, we should be able to apply for the inspection before the end of the year.
And this is something that most people don't understand in general. Just starting a business is tough, right? And then when you're doing something in the community, it's going to be a lot tougher. When you're dealing with that much square footage, they could find something wrong anywhere. Oh, well, in this corner here. But a lot of people that have never started a business, have never.
And again, anybody who fucking interviews Dr. Umar is going to have to play softball. Because if this guy comes through and says, well, hey, guess what? We feel like this is bullshit because an inspection doesn't take years, my boy. You're either prepared or you're not. They're not discriminating because you're black. The person who comes to inspect probably doesn't even know you're black until they get there. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say that with Dr. Umar because he's going to end this interview 100%, and they got some views to get. So all the interviews you're going to notice that we do with Dr. Umar, I have another one I want to talk about. All these interviews that we see, they're going to be softball. Everybody's just, just riding some Dr. Umar meat, okay? For lack of a better word. Just dick riding Dr. Umar. And unfortunately, that's the only way you could land an interview with him, apparently. I haven't seen one critical interview of Umar yet. They're always playing on his side.
Gotten any type of education, what it's like, they have no idea.
Never opened a school, never ran a school, but they're experts in our school. And I don't get into it, but I hear a lot of it because my supporters send me the clips, and I've heard ridiculous things. I heard people say you can get an HVAC for $5,000. That's a $50,000 unit up there, and that was the cheap one. You feel me? This is not a house. This is a school. You're not getting no HVAC for no $5,000. You know what I mean? Every utility that we had repaired, plumbing, HVAC, electric, every one cost us well over $100,000. Nothing was under $100K for repair. So when I hear people say he could have got this done for $5,000, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother level.
I have a feeling that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Let's just keep it real, bro. Like, I'm not a contractor. I'm not the one buying these materials and shit. But, a couple of HVAC machines costing $100,000 each, that it sounds like a little bit of bullshit to me. Like, you have to be like a multimillionaire to start a business? Maybe. But I don't see that happening. It's too convenient. $100,000 per unit. Listen, I don't give a fuck at this point. It's been a decade, 10 fucking years. You've been begging from the public, from your audience, for 10 years. And you can't afford a couple $100,000? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Then he had that bluffing situation to where he was like, he didn't know that the city was about to repossess his school because he was out on certain bills. Bro, you can't expect me to believe that. You cannot expect me to believe that ever. It's bullshit. You've raised so much money, bro. I wish there was like a lifetime amount of money raised for Dr. Umar. It's in the multiple millions. It's a lot of money. Shit, this is his 9 to 5, guys. You know how I get on the mic and this is my 9 to 5? This is Dr. Umar's 9 to 5, panhandling and lying, in my opinion, in my humblest opinion. Shit, let's continue.
But my thing is, if you never did it, why are you speaking on it? And if you're not doing anything for the people, why are you speaking on it? See, that's my thing. I don't think people who don't do work could criticize people who do work. Now, if you doing the work, you say, look, I built me a relevant institution. You can speak to it because you did it. We're being questioned and criticized by people who do nothing. And that's why I'm so tight-lipped on it, because I'm like, I don't owe you no answers. On top of the fact you never donated, on top of the fact you never drove by there and picked up a piece of trash, you questioning something.
And I saw this post-video or pre-video, whatever the fuck, pre-video. And I'm like, we're supposed to be picking up trash for you now, motherfucker? Oh, so you can't afford the trash services. Just the fact that he brought up trash pickup goes to show that this is, again, an abandoned building that's collecting dust and cobwebs, that's never going to do nothing, never going to be nothing. And he's mad because there's trash piling up around the corner. Bro, if this school was going to happen, it would have happened already. That's all I could say. You know what I mean? He's over here bitching about trash. You know why? It's because he can't afford that. He's been spending the money on other things, I promise you. He's talking about like, oh, you never came over and picked up a piece of trash. Why should I give you any information? What does that even mean, Dr. Umar? This is your property. Anyways, let's continue.
That you don't support financially, you questioning something that you've never been a part of in your entire life. You've never been a part of anything that progressive as building an institution. So why are you expecting me to be accountable to you?
And so how do you keep it together? Back to that mental health thing. Like, how do you feel?
I'm going to be honest with you. The haters, the struggle streamers, they really helped toughen me up to the criticism, because we've been dealing with it from the first day we took a donation in St. Louis, Missouri, April of 2014, when the St. Paul's College in Virginia went up for sale, because that's what we wanted. We wanted that HBCU, but they wanted $2 million and we couldn't raise it in time, so they sold it to the Asians, who currently have it now. So then that's when we said, well, we just gonna find us a regular school. So from 2014 till 2019, we school hunted. We found FDMG in 2017, but we couldn't afford it at the time. So we just stayed in negotiation.
I don't know, bro. 2014 to 2019. 5 years of school hunting. Like, I don't know. Maybe my school builders out there, like I said in the last video, I haven't seen any in the comments, though. Maybe my school builders out there can explain to me how it takes 5 years to go school hunting. Listen, if I'm a millionaire and I want me a nice mansion, multi-millionaire, right? It's not going to take me 5 years to find my house. It's going to take me a fucking weekend. Because I have the resources, right? Oh, I like that. I'm moving in now. Fuck out of here. It took 5 years because it was convenient for you to raise more and more and more and more and more and more and more money out of the people who support you. That's the only reason it took 5 years. You could have did that in a year. You could have started construction or renovations, since you already have a structure. You could have started renovations by the second year, bro. Maybe funding wasn't fully optimized at that point. 5 years max to see something actually happening. A decade is ridiculous. There's no way. There's no way, bro. The amount, man, shit. Let's continue.
With the owners, and then finally, February 2019, they gave it to us. So 5 years to find a school, which in my opinion, that's not a long time to raise the money and find it. 5 years ain't bad at all. And then you go from 19 to 25, right? So you're looking at 6 years of us renovating. It should have only taken us 2 or 3, but there was a lot of scamming going on with the contractors we were using. We really got done dirty by them. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to use Caucasian work, because I wanted to keep the money in the community. The people who gave us the money black. I want to keep the project black. Right. But I had to wake up one day and say, yo, if you're waiting on your people to do this for you, it may not get done. And let me put that in context. You're talking about the second smallest state in the country.
And then he's gonna go and talk shit about black people, the ones who donated to him. And I'll tell you one thing, bro. I don't believe that whole contractor shit. Fuck that. Fuck all that. I don't believe it. Not one word. Which part, AG? Not one word of it. So the whole thing he just said right there. Oh, you know, the contractors, there's a lot of scamming happening and a lot of... He's trying to uplift his black people while at the same time calling them a whole bunch of scammers, and he just had to go to the white man to get it finished. Guys, wake the fuck up. Wake up. You know how much money this motherfucker probably has off of your head top? The ones who's out here, the ones who are actually out here donating, the ones who actually give a fuck deeply about this shit. Man, he's scamming you. So good. So good. His bank account, juicy right now.
Right? So you don't have much to pull from anyway. And then the city of Wilmington requires that your contractors be licensed in the state and licensed in the city. Mm-hmm. So, for example, in Pennsylvania, if you're licensed by the Commonwealth, you can do work anywhere in the state. You got to be licensed in Delaware and then licensed again in Wilmington. Mm. You're already dealing with a small pool of available contractors, and then they add that on top. So I say it all the time. We have the best situation in the worst location. Mm. And when I say worst location, I'm simply speaking of the limited pool of resources in terms of contractors.
Yeah, no, it's the blacks fucking everything up. At the same time, he's trying to be Mr. Pro-Black. He's being a hypocrite, calling all the blacks pieces of shit contractors. He's trying to say it diplomatically, like, oh, you know, the pool of contractors in such an area, and, you know, we've been shafted over by certain... Man, fuck all that, brother. Fuck all of that. He's disparaging the black man, for lack of better words, to continue his agenda. That's it. It's so simple. If you have a brain, you could see it. It's not about the contractors. And I'm not saying there wasn't a problem between the contractors he used. There's always a problem, right? But it wasn't a catastrophic failure to where he couldn't get this school finished in a reasonable time. It was not. I promise you it was not. Listen, again, and I said this in my other video, Umar just understands, and smartly of him, Umar just understands that when this school is over, the funding doesn't really continue. What else are we going to fund for? You know, we could figure things out like, oh, we need staff, this, that, and the other. But once this school becomes an actual reality, he's going to start losing money on this shit. He's going to go from making money to losing money and figuring out how to keep this school moving. Looking for grants, looking for this, looking for that. He needs this shit to stay profitable. And that's it. Shit, this school is never being built. I put that on a lot. This school's not getting built, bro. If it does get built, my child is going to be 15 when it's actually built. One or the other.
And the strict...
By the way, I don't have any children, so...
stipulations that are required for you to work on a project there. You know, if that same school was in Detroit, Chicago, Philly, we'd be done already, only because you got so many plumbers, you got so many HVAC, right. You got so many electric. You could go through 30 of them until you hit the right one. But you in the second smallest state, only a handful of black folks, you know what I mean? Yeah. Contractors that you can really, you know, go to. And everybody we used came highly recommended, by the way. We didn't just grab people. These were people say, get him, get them. We got the people we were told to get, and they still didn't do us right.
But when the pool is so small and the competition isn't great, it's tough, you know.
And we ran into situations where sometimes if I don't take the plumber, the electrician say I can't take the job. You feel me? Because that's my man. Right. So since you're not taking him, I can't do it. I'm like, damn. What that got to do with you? I need this. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of that where I like the electrician, don't like the plumber. I like the HVAC guy, don't like the electrician.
Nah, morals don't run that high. Morals do not run that high. Fuck that. That's a bullshit story. And you know, again, this is some softball shit. You know he lying out his motherfucking teeth. Oh, the electrician won't come because the HVAC guy. Oh yeah, I got 2 children at home, bro. But you know, and my wife, she wants to go out. She's been complaining about that. But hey, you know what? Because you're the HVAC guy and they didn't hire you, I'm not going to take that job. And my kids, they're just going to have to eat some oatmeal for the rest of the week, okay? And my wife, I'm not even going to take her out this week. Don't even worry about it. That's never going to happen. If there's a job and you're in the profession, you're going to take that shit. He's like, oh yeah, you know, the HVAC and the electrician, they go together. Man, get the fuck out of here with this shit. This shit pisses me off, bro. This shit pisses me off. fake ass Martin Luther King wannabe piece of shit. That's what I call this right here.
Electrician, so it's networks.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with a really small city, and you are outsider coming from Philly. I had to deal with some of that too. You know what I mean? Because even though I get a lot of love in Wilmington and a lot of love across Delaware, you still got them people say, we don't need him here. You know what I mean? We don't need no big city dude coming down here. We can handle our own business. But I'm not here for you. I'm here for the kids. You know what I mean? Because people say, why did you choose Wilmington? And I like Wilmington. I love the energy there. I really do. But people say, why did you choose Wilmington? I didn't choose Wilmington. I chose the school that was in Wilmington. In other words, we wasn't shopping for cities. We shopping for building. And that had the best building that we found. We should have been in Detroit. But once the Archdiocese found out who I was, they wouldn't sell me none of the schools. I knew we was in Detroit. Me and my mother was preparing to move to Detroit. I said, Mom, we going to Detroit. We out. It's going to be cold. She said, I don't care. Let's go. And then the Jewish realtor for the Archdiocese, and I thought that was interesting, that the Archdiocese had a Jew, because if you understand that history, but he said they want to see your curriculum. I said, we buying the school cash money. What you need to see my curriculum for? This ain't no charter school. You follow what I'm saying? This ain't no lease.
Right.
I'm buying and we done. What you want to know what I'm teaching for? I said, you can't get that.
Do they think you're pushing religion? Is it a religious thing? Like, where's the pushback in that city?
I think it's just that they knew who I was and wasn't going to sell. And guess what? Every school in Detroit that we wanted, still sitting there. So that's why I tell people you got to understand that when it comes to white people, they're more about power than money.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing, and I want to end it right here because this is a crock of bullshit. And there's a lot more things I want to get into with this guy. But basically, overall, the whole world is against us. The white man don't like us. The black man don't like us. The Spanish man don't like us. You know what I'm saying? The Asian man don't like us. You know what? Nobody likes us because we're doing this big, wonderful thing for the world, and the world's just not ready for it. Bullshit. And there's a lot of people with that same narrative, that same crock of bullshit. They're going to try to sell that to you. Don't buy it, bro. Don't buy it. There are certain people who block you because of your status and because of your race and because of your whatever it may be. But the amount of times Dr. Umar has come up with this same example, it's because of this. It's because we're black. Because we're trying to do the black children right. It's too convenient. And you know what we always say over here, coincidences are not coincidences. One time I'll buy it. 2 times I'll buy it. After the 3rd time, I'm going to start being a little skeptical. This man has gone to this exact explanation probably 15 different times in the amount of times I've been watching this shit. So again, full of shit. But anyways, folks, I love you guys, man. We're back in the building. Shout you guys out, man. As you can see, the PC's back. We'll see how long it fucking lasts. But I appreciate y'all for coming out. Stay inside, stay safe. I love y'all. I'll see you real soon. Peace.